sites. I was just thinking about this whole TikTok thing, Henry. So, I mean, we seem far apart. Where China is and what they're willing to do and what the Trump administration is willing to accept, we just seem really far apart. I don't know how it works itself out. But then I was thinking, you know what controls everything, Henry? And I don't want you to be cynical. You've been around a long time. We get a little bit cynical. But the big green controls the end. This TikTok is valuable. And it's not going away, is it? We're going to something. Both sides are going to be able to declare victory somehow, don't you think, when it's all said and done?
Yes, and I think that's been the objective from the beginning. A big, splashy announcement, tough on China, work through it, declare victory, and go home. And I think you're right. Just actually unplugging TikTok for the United States have huge implications here and huge implications for U.S. businesses in China. So I don't think anybody really wants that.
Do we take solace in that, or do we just feel cheap and tawdry that when it comes down with brass tacks, this is a really valuable asset and we don't want to shut it down, and we'll work with the Chinese, even though they're communists, on figuring it out? Is that good?
Well, I think that a lot of people are actually applauding this administration's stance on China in general, which is, come on, let's set some hard lines, work forward to a more equitable arrangement. The problem is, and Becky and Senator Cruz were talking about this in the interview earlier, it's just the rapid changes of policy and the impulsive new edicts are so hard to react to as businesses. And I think what would be very helpful for the business community is a longer term policy where we really sort of set out what we're trying to do with China over time that everybody can adapt to slowly. What's tough is the swift, immediate changes that we're seeing.
Well, if we were, if we based our decisions on what's right in the world, we would probably not deal with China and a lot of other countries in terms of human rights. So we kind of have to compromise our own morals, don't we, to do it? But we will, once again, because we need to trade. We need, and we have to. I mean, we live in the real world, Henry. That's the deal.
We live in a globalized world. And I know there is a movement, certainly the administration talks about making it America first, going back. You're going back hundreds of years at that point. And so I don't feel that it is reasonable to imagine that we can completely decouple from China, which is what the administration is talking about. I think that getting to something that is set, that companies can adapt to and they can have confidence will be in place for a long time is good. And I think absolutely, to your point, it's going to involve compromises. It already has, and it will going forward.
Do you think that we needed to worry about our youth being influenced by what happens with the CCP and how they infiltrate our youth minds through TikTok? Was that real? I mean, people believe that, Henry. And China does do some stuff that, we would, if we knew the details of a lot of what goes on, we'd realize the Communist Party is alive and well, and the one that we think about from years ago.
Well, I think a lot of parents were worried about other influences when TikTok first hit the scene. They weren't that was a distant concern relative to the actual content. But I think, again, Senator Cruz this morning with Becky made some very strong allegations about what CCP and China are doing, or at least can do, with TikTok. They can monitor your email. They can monitor your phone. They can phone calls. They can do everything that you're doing. I would like to see some evidence of that. And unfortunately, the administration has made so many statements that have not been credible that it's hard to really have faith that that's going on. And then at the same point, you step back, and the U.S. has a pretty amazing surveillance network itself all around the world. So then you have to say, okay, well, what's okay for the U.S. to do? What's okay for China to do? But it's certainly reasonable. And certainly some of the actions that have been taken with the semiconductor companies and others would suggest that there are serious issues there. Right. Again, it's just tough to have faith in it.